I'm kind of like, I had thought that we should do a prayer and just be like, Amen.
I refuse to worship even or prayer, even fake. I
Oh, come
refuse.
on.
No.
All right. Fine. It's funny. Please only do the cool crimes. Amen.
I would also be very. I'm still upset that I was promised no faith in this film. And yet here we are. Multiple scenes.
There was a lot of faith in that film.
Yeah. Fuck.
More than zero.
Yeah, the amount of faith that the investors had in that movie was way too high. Welcome to Rough Cuts,
Very,
everyone.
very high. I was personally offended by how much they had in it. How dare they have funded about half of that movie before they had to move to whatever shaky cam table
Yeah.
on mic table garbage they needed to do to finish it. Hey, welcome to Rough Cuts. We watched Zoey to the max.
Look,
There's our intro.
when my stream sounds better than your movie, there's a problem. Like, there's a problem.
Hi, welcome to Rough Cuts. My name's Ilya, and this is my wonderful co-host, the Boyks. Apparently, we've done our intro because we're talking about the movie.
I'm fucking mad. All right, I'm mad.
I'm
We
I don't have enough emotion to be angry about this film.
Dogs, they're coming. They're coming your way. They'll be here soon.
There is no way that little girl is staying in a cell tonight. She's gonna come home with us. Hey, Max! Max! Maxie, Maxie, Max! Aw, he loves you.
Thank you for letting me stay here.
Tom and I like to help people out, kind of how we found Max. It turns out he has these great bloodlines, so he's been competing in these dog shows and winning everyone.
You're the new girl, right?
Yeah. I'm Maddie. Zoey.
Thank you for giving me this beautiful family.
I hope I don't screw this up.
I finally found something special in my life and I screwed it up.
we watch movies starring dogs and then rate the dogs at the end. To save you the effort of watching this trash that we have ingested into our eyeballs.
I'm gonna start recording in Audacity. Right? So,
I'm so mad.
You're upset about this film, but I'm just like,
you're indifferent, I guess.
I'm gonna be honest. I just started to like do things on my phone.
Yup.
Just let this wash over me. So I wasn't watching it enough to be angry about it at a certain point.
It's like when you go to a fair and...
For anybody worried, I did see everything relevant because there was nothing relevant.
No, but like, so you go to a fair, like a state fair. You pay for the ride tickets. You go on a ride called The Obliterator.
And the only thing it does is obliterate your wallet because you paid for it.
They strap you in, and then it's like a teacup ride.
That's not fair. Teacup rides spin kind of fast. This is literally that like caterpillar roller coaster they have for 6-year-olds.
Sure.
And on the side of it, on this one, they have like all these extra warnings that are like, there might be something pretty intense on this one. There's like, we're gonna give it a 3 for nudity. See, because the mom, sometimes she exists on screen.
Yeah. Okay, so
context. Yes, context.
God damn it. All right, so Zoey to the Max is a family film. Yay. Mm-hmm. But the reason that it has anything, because there's nothing on Rotten Tomatoes. There's literally one review on Rotten Tomatoes. Actual one. The review is, I can't give it lower than 1. That's the review. Mm-hmm. There's nothing but planted reviews on Internet Movie Database.
Yes.
Which are obviously from like the director and the studio.
The family,
when it came out. Like literally when it came out. So the only thing that we have to go by on reviews for this is Dove and Common Sense Media. The Christian media review websites.
Which is good because this is a strong family film, boys.
Yep. And on the Dove, also fuck you. On the Dove on the Dove website, it says that this has a 1. I think it's only 1 for sexuality. It was like 3 on Common Sense Media, I want to say. But it was 1. And the reason for 1 is because the mother shows a tiny, maybe a frame in the entire hour and 30 minutes of cleavage.
And by of cleavage, what they mean is she didn't wear a turtleneck.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
we need to
like
warn
a good
our viewers
Christian
about
woman
this.
would to cover up her shame.
I'm gonna pull up that fucking website again. I'm mad. So that website also said there is 0 faith in this film, which means 0 religious scenes or movies. Actual none, 0. There were like 4 scenes saying, "Thank you, God, for giving me this life." Like,
thank you for letting me be adopted by this horrible cop and his awful wife, and so that I could live a terrible life in this horrible small town where nothing ever happens and we're all monsters. Thanks,
0.
God.
It also warns you about
Amen.
language. They said screwed up. They said
snot
snot nose. We need to warn you about these terrible words they say.
I mean, those villains are pretty tight, yo. I'm gonna bounce so we can talk about their rad skills, man.
Oh yeah, also we need to warn the viewers that a woman was rude on screen. Fucking Christ. At least this thing tells us that there is a gun in the film. By the way, the cop locks up our main character in his office with his pistol open with ammo. And he doesn't know at the moment that she's not a threat in any way. You just hear, we need to, I don't know, she did a crime.
Well, I mean, listen. She's obviously not a threat, but also, what a dumbass.
What a fucking idiot.
Everybody in this movie, though, oh my god. Start to finish, this thing is...
Yeah,
it's a feast. Is what
only
it is.
review score that's correct is that this movie has 0 integrity. It's the only one on the Dove website that's correct.
Yeah, they're rating sexuality and faith and all that, and they're wrong, but 0 integrity, correct. It is a horrible fake out. This movie is called Zoey to the Max, and the movie posters that I've always seen for it are a dog wearing shades,
Mm-hmm.
and in like an almost famous kind of movie poster way. It very much is aping the Marmaduke movie too, because Marmaduke, the movie, also has like Marmaduke and shades as the big poster.
Yep.
So it's kind of trying to come off like that, but
well, it also says it's an extreme adventure on the poster. Like, this is such a bait and switch. Yes. It says their extreme adventure will bring the family together, or whatever. Like, or it's a story about family friendship and stopping crime to the extreme.
It is about family and friendship, I guess.
Is
It's
it to the
about those
extreme? Do they do cool tricks?
There's an extreme friendship at the beginning, but then she says no to it because she's fucking lame. So
the main character of the story needs to get bullied more. I'm gonna be honest.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely. No, Zoey is our main character. We open up, she's an orphan, I guess. They're kind of showing that she's an adopted kid.
Mm-hmm.
Then she goes to school in a new town. Kids bully her, and then, as you would do if you bully somebody, You then immediately afterwards invite them on your crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she felt
to
bad for bullying
apologize.
her. Yeah.
Yeah, she felt
She's
bad
like,
for bullying her and invited her nicely on her crime.
hey, I'm sorry for bullying you in our classroom that was filmed at actual audio level that we couldn't fucking talk over or hear each other or even listen to my own fucking internal thoughts.
Came up to me and I was like, whoa.
Oh my god.
It's at half volume.
This is accurate to school.
What? What?
What? Wait, what? I'm sorry. You were saying something?
What? I'm really sorry for that scene.
It was accurate to classrooms. I don't know that you needed to be accurate to classrooms, but it was accurate to classrooms.
So, to make up for it, get in the car that my 13-year-old friend is driving.
That's not fair. He was 12 at most.
And we're gonna go to the store, and I'm not gonna tell you why, but we're gonna steal stuff. And then after we steal stuff and drive fast, we're gonna be friends, and then we're gonna go smoke in the back alley. You want to come with? That sounds great.
I mean, fuck yeah. Well, yes?
Yeah, and then
Thanks
Zoey
for not bullying me anymore. Let's go do a crime.
And then Zoey gets in this situation. She's like, "Oh, I can't believe we did crime, and then we're gonna smoke weed. This sucks.
Throw me out! Get me out of the car!
Get me out of here! Get me out of here!" And
it's played so weird because the girl that's bullying her, she's like, "Oh, come on, I want to make it up to you. Like, I just come in the car. It's fine."
Oh, she's setting her up like she's gonna like frame her
and
for
she's
it.
got like this
right?
horrible smirk and stuff the whole time, like, I'm gonna get her. And when she finally agrees, she's like, looks at her friend, she's like, we're gonna fuck her up now, right? And then they just take her on their cool crime.
Yeah,
they don't frame her. They don't like
they're
bully her.
being
They don't
cool
do anything.
friends. Yeah,
They even, not only that, they take her on the cool crime and are offering her the rewards of their cool crime of shoplifting, but they don't even implicate her in it. Like, these are the best friends. They don't even implicate her in the crime. They say, no, it's okay. Wait in the car. We'll do the crime. You just have to sit here, and then you get free candy and stuff that we shoplifted afterwards. That's all they do.
Yeah.
And it's set up so weird. I think that what they're saying, because this is a really weird Christian movie, which we didn't realize at first because nothing about it says that it's a weird religious movie. But it very much feels like it's like, oh, she's a bad girl and she's going to try and get her to do crimes. See, that's her ultimate plan, is she's bad. So crime, if she brings her for the crime, that's like bullying her, right? I guess.
No, the only thing that would have been worse is if they were listening to rock music during the crime.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine listening to the devil's music while smoking the devil's lettuce and stealing the devil's monster
crime candy?
We need to point out the bully's also in a neck brace the whole time, which is weird, and
with
it's not
braces
explained.
And glasses. Like,
yeah, what?
Yeah, they make like this nerdiest kid be the big mean bully. It's oh boy. Yep. Anyway,
so then she hears the cops in the distance, which is unrelated to the crime that just happened.
You would think, because like they run out and they're like, whoa, go, 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 go. Oh my god, okay, we gotta ditch the car behind the bread store, we gotta do this. And it's like, you stole $5 of the candy.
You got a Monster Energy drink, some Blue Shark gummies, and some Tim Tams. I don't think they care, kid.
They don't give a fuck.
What are you
like
doing?
The person behind the counter is sitting there like, I get paid $6 an hour. Go take $12 more. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, come on.
Just as long as you don't interrupt my time as I sit here at the 7-Eleven, like if you're not wasting my time, you can take whatever the fuck you want out of this 7-Eleven. I don't care.
So then Zoey like runs, implicating the fact that she did a crime.
Yes. She like ditches. She basically tucks and rolls out of this car because she's so scared of this $3 crime they did.
And then she runs over to an RV that's parked, opens the door to the RV, and does an actual crime of her own.
Yes, of breaking and entering
by
into
breaking
this
and
person's
entering
domicile.
this person's RV, and the driver of the RV gets in without realizing and then just drives off with her inside.
Yep, that's how this starts.
And he drives all fucking day in real time
Yeah, I was gonna say in
from
real
Las
time.
Vegas to Palm Springs, California.
Yep.
As we hear our first of many montages of Zoey crying in the back of this RV because her adopted parents were also kind of mean to her that one time.
But
that
they
we saw
weren't.
earlier.
But they weren't. But they were they?
But they were, but they weren't. But they
No,
were.
they weren't. No, they weren't. No. The mom.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, to set this up too, when Zoe's going to school, the mom's like, "Hurry up, Zoe! You need to get going. You're gonna miss your bus." Like that kind of thing. And
Yeah,
then the
she's
dad's
bullying
like,
her.
"Wow, don't be so hard on her. She just got here. You're so awful. What the fuck's wrong with you? Ugh. Oh my god, be nicer to Zoe. You're such a bully to her. Oh, you're so mean. Anyway, I'm gonna go to work too." And that is meant to be our window into how awful her home life is, and explain why, when she gets picked up by the cops later and found in a different city, that her parents never reported her missing and they want to return her to the adoption agency.
I guess.
Because
I don't know.
they were super mean telling her to get to school on time. That was real mean, boys. They were
Look,
big meanie people.
That's called bullying, and they should do more
It's
of it.
not okay.
No, they should do more of it. And also, okay, so as the RV's driving in this extremely long fucking montage to the Life is Strange soundtrack.
It's 10 minutes long.
Yes it is. It keeps cutting back to the driver in the cab, and it keeps looking down on the panels here, like, because they're trying to do an artsy shot of it, like zooming in and focusing on the speedometer and the gas and all that stuff. And every single time they do it, the fucking check engine light is on, and the guy is not at all acknowledging it. It just keeps driving. And it's never mentioned. And then he eventually stops at a truck stop. We're like, oh, good, he's finally going to get his fucking RV looked at. But no. Yeah.
So Zoe had left her backpack in the car with the...
Oh, in the getaway vehicle.
In the getaway vehicle from the first crime. And now Zoe, this incompetent fucking hack criminal, leaves a ring in this RV. Somehow she just sleeps on the guy's bed in the back of his RV, which, by the way, if you've ever been in like those motorhomes, those RVs, and like you even see it in the shot from here where she wakes up and she looks forward and she can see into the cab. Like, if he looked in his rearview mirror once, he would see
at
her.
all. Yeah.
Yes. At any time in this like 2-hour drive, if he just looked in his rearview mirror, he'd have immediately seen this child.
To be fair, for the entire 2 hours that was shot on film in real time, he was looking at his check engine light.
That's fair. But he's
like, oh god, oh shit, oh fuck, oh god, I just gotta make it to the next 5 towns.
She falls asleep there, and then her like ring falls off. I guess
she greased it with bacon fat first.
Yeah, of course, as you do, which you always do with your rings. Yeah. So you get up, you say 12 Hail Marys, you pray a little bit, you put some Greek bacon fat on your finger ring, and you say, "Oh my God, please don't let anybody invite me for some cool crime and some devil's lettuce today. Oh no, Lord, please." And then
I'll listen to Hanson like God intended.
And then you break into somebody's RV while you're running away from nothing because you're fucking paranoid from the devil's lettuce that you smoked.
Yeah, so she
leaves her ring there.
Dumb. It's so
and
dumb.
It's this cheap like dollar store ring. I mean, she's a fucking kid. She's like 13.
It wasn't a dollar store ring. It was a Spencer's ring. She spent at
Whatever.
least $6 on that ring.
Fair. It has a cool little cross on it because she loves God so much. So she runs outside and she asks a bunch of
Houseless people.
Suit.
Yeah.
Are they?
But they're suited and they look nice and they're well groomed, which is
Like,
great for them, to be honest.
they're
Like
in
I'm really
suits.
Yeah. And they're hanging out
And
outside
they're
the
just
McDonald's
sitting.
next
It
to the
looks like
truck
they're having a
stop, right?
picnic. Yeah, like they're
Yeah.
eating food. So
Yeah.
like I don't. And they never mention that they're homeless or say anything about it. So I have no idea what they're trying to go with here. I think they're supposed to be homeless, but I
Yeah.
really don't know. I really have no idea because they're really, like you said, they're really nicely groomed with like nice hats and dress shoes and suits,
And more importantly, they have a cool dog.
they've got a very nice dog. So she walks
Yeah.
up and starts talking to them, and then the guys are like, "So, what are you doing here? Did you just walk up to random people? That seems really strange."
Yeah. Plus, it costs $5 to pet that dog, kid. And she's like, "Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my
I got
God, I don't have
$5.
any money."
I want to pet that dog though. Oh, jeez. Ah, beans.
Oh man, it'd be a crime if I pet your dog and you told me not to. But I want to. It's so bad. Oh, it's the first crime Zoe's wanted to commit.
Yep.
And
So
he's
then the
dude,
then the guy,
what are you talking about? I'm just messing with you.
just fucking with you. By the way, why the hell are you here? What are you doing? I don't know. Where am I? What day is it? What year is it? Where the fuck are we? Are you okay, kid? Yes, probably. Anyways, I left my ring in the RV, so we're gonna have to
Do
take
another
a rain check.
crime and break back
Yeah.
in.
Gonna have to take a rain check on the McDonald's you were offering me.
Yeah, they offer. See, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
They seem like they're kind of supposed to be homeless or whatever. But he's like, "Hey, you want like some McDonald's and stuff? Let's go get her a meal. Let's get her a meal and some food and
Yeah,
some
they were
water,
gonna take her
maybe."
through the drive-through to get some chicken nuggies.
And it's like, what? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that homeless people wouldn't do that, but also it's wild. It just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, she breaks back into the RV, and the guy. I
Crime,
love the reaction
like,
from
two,
the man that walks in, because the man just like walks in, stares at her silently as she like grabs her ring and puts it on, and he just kind of like shrugs, and then it cuts. He's like, "Well, this is a fucking thing, I guess."
Oh, guess I'm calling the cops. I don't know. Fuck.
Immediate cut to sirens, and she's getting
Yeah.
led away by police officers.
Yeah, so the cops arrest her, handcuff her, slam her to the ground, kick her in the face a couple times, and then take her in. And the sheriff locks her in his office with his gun hanging around and ammo and evidence everywhere that she's tampering with.
Yeah, they stick her in like it's like the armory or something. Like they put her in a room. It's not even his office. It's just like.
So then she starts putting on bulletproof vest, helmet, gets a riot shield and a gun.
All of that's in the background of this. Like she easily could have. It
starts
just
stealing
there.
their police radios and then goes on a fucking rampage.
Oh my god! I mean it's not inaccurate to what happens later, to be fair. So he leaves her there and starts calling around to find out about her, but he doesn't get any info, I guess. So then he's like, "Oh no, I guess I have to take you home." A thing that I would do as a cop, because cops are good.
Well, he's also like talking to his wife, and he's like, "Oh God, this is Zoe. She's here, but she's not supposed to be here, and whatever." And then he's talking to her, and he's like, "I don't know why she would run away. She didn't. She technically didn't run away. This was all a big misunderstanding.
She never ran anywhere. Yeah,
But
everybody
they're treating
just
it
acts
like
she
she
ran
made
away.
this decision to run away from her home, and she didn't at all."
It's because everybody treats her like she's lying when she said, like, if she tells the story, which, to be fair, I would think she was lying too, because it's a very fucking stupid story. Why would you do anything that she did in this movie? Like, there's
I
not a
don't know.
single thing that makes any lick of sense for, like, you break into an RV, and then you don't tell when the guy starts driving away. You don't go like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Please don't drive me to a different city where I don't know where I am."
Yes.
Or, like
Anything.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just absolute nonsense.
So the cop's about to throw her in the slammer after
Mhm.
punching her a couple more times. And his wife is like, no, there's no way she's spending a night in a cell tonight. We're going to take her home to our house instead. Okay?
Yep.
So then they take her home and they start having dinner, and they have a cute black lab named Max. So then they took Zoey to the Max.
To the max.
To the dog named Max. It wasn't a energy thing.
Our
or,
in
like,
title drop. Bwah, 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 bwah,
extreme.
bwah.
There was no extreme anything that happened. It's just now Zoe's with a dog named Max, who's
Also-
very cute.
Yes, we are now an hour into this movie, and if you're sitting
Nothing
there
has
thinking,
happened.
well, there's no way. They've barely described any plot at all. Nothing's happened in this film. Correct.
Correct?
That's correct. Also, let me just really quickly, now that we've gone through more than half of this film's runtime, I just would like to very briefly read the synopsis for this on dove.org. Zoey, a 13-year-old foster child, watches her foster family's dog get stolen while she's in charge. The criminals, a pair of Home Alone type thugs, are after the mutt because he's a famous show dog. Zoey heads out on a cross-country adventure with a techie new friend in order to track down the dog and save the relationship with her foster family. What the fuck are you talking about?
Nothing's happened. Excuse me?
Literally none of this has started. There's not a single bit of this that has actually happened yet. And it won't happen for another 15 minutes.
Yeah, in the film at least. So what happened next? The sheriff and his wife.
They just have a lot of family shit. It's just her
the sheriff and
his
his wife are talking about Max. Max is an orphan dog as well, because they found Max on the side of the road. But Max is a purebred black lab show dog
with amazing bloodlines, which you would know if you found it at the side of the road.
Yep, so they take the dog to dog shows all the time. That's how they know that Max is good at dog shows, which they never show. And now
they don't even show like a wall of awards or something, or like a photo of him at a dog show, or nothing. Literally nothing.
You get nothing. And so then they decide, hey, we needed someone to help out the flower shop, right? And Zoe's free labor. So let's get Zoey to work at a flower shop.
Kid, then we'd have free labor for like the next 5 years until she's 18. Holy shit.
Yeah, that'd be great. So they put her to work at the flower shop. And then that's when Crime Man and his assistant show up, which we've been technically introduced to.
Yo, we gonna like do the crime, bro? Yeah, man.
Bro.
Dog. We gotta do some crimes, dog.
Bruh, you know I do so much crime. I love crime.
Man, I love crime, bruh.
You can tell by my porn stash how much crime I do.
The guy, you know, don't upset Big Red, a crime boss. The
crime
boss.
Man.
Because we gotta get that dog, yo.
Big Red wants us to pick up the dog while he's with the dog trainer, instead of with that pesky sheriff. So we're gonna do it right now.
Think we could take him?
I think we can take him, yeah. He seems like a wimp. Like a real wimp. Limp noodle. Yeah. There he is, man.
God damn it.
Let's go.
So this is playing for comedy?
Is it?
Right? I think it is.
Is it though?
Yo.
Oh, it's not funny.
Hey, Copacabana. What's up? Huh? What's up, brother? Give me the dog. Get off. Let me.
So, because they tried to abduct a dog in like the first 10 seconds of the film, I think, and they failed miserably because the owner just like told them no. So like, okay, and then they left.
They had a very brief. That's not fair. They had a very brief slap fight where they got thrown to the ground.
Oh, the owner slapped both of them on the face. Yeah, and then they're like, "Well, this is too hard." I guess. So, but they see Max in the flower shop because Zoe took Max to the flower shop for her free labor job.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, we'll steal that dog instead. You can't tell the difference between two black labs. They're exactly the same looking.
But this is the dog they're supposed to steal.
Is it though?
Yes?
Is it though?
Yes. Yes,
Why?
it 100% is.
So did the sheriff
Because-
and his wife steal this dog?
There's no explanation.
What?
This is the correct dog. This is the correct dog.
I was under the
because
implication
Big
that
Red,
they were stealing a different dog.
No.
Okay.
Because when Big Red shows up later, remember, he's like, aha, now I will be the best show dog champion bro guy in existence because my competition will be gone.
Who was walking their dog at the beginning of the movie then?
They don't explain it. Who cares? They didn't give a shit. That was a different dog, and it was a different owner, walker person or something, and it was a different city, but I don't know.
Whatever.
Dude, they don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck
They had
anyway.
no
All
idea.
right, so...
They had no idea. It was the right dog. This was the dog they were supposed to steal.
But a cop walks into the flower shop, so crime duo gets scared and pisses off, and they'll come back later and get the dog.
Yo, bro, it's the fuzz. Oh, man. Yeah, bro, we better get out of here. Yeah, man. Right, tight. All right, let's go, bro, dog. Yeah, dog. All right, let's go.
Yeah, I got pixie
fucking
sticks.
hate these guys. They are exactly the stereotypical. They're the distilled essence of what weird white ultra Christian conservatives think that crime bros are. And it's
at one point, one guy tells the other guy to chill,
man.
and he's like, "I'm cool as a cucumber, bro."
Yeah,
cool as a cucumber.
They're like throwing out gang signs, man. Like, yeah, it's that.
Yeah, it's real bad. But so they get scared. They go. Then it cuts to a scene where Sheriff and his wife are talking, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, I heard from their parents, and they're going to give her back to the orphanage. Why don't we adopt her instead?" Okay. Oh, but does she want to be adopted by us? Well, I didn't even consider her feelings. I thought she was just our free labor. I guess I'll ask.
Oh, and I just want to point out to everybody, yes, that's correct. We did, in fact, see the criminals and start going on to this plot, and then immediately slam on the brakes again and start doing more family shit for another 20 minutes. Because why would we need plot?
No. Don't worry. They'll be back at this exact same location in this exact same situation, and then do the exact same thing with a different result. But now.
We've got to get like another 15 minutes of filler in here. We really are having trouble stretching this movie.
But they go to Zoe and they tell her about the situation. But how do they tell her?
That's what I was going. I'm like, please let me handle this.
Yeah.
This cop is the biggest piece of shit in the universe. He goes there and he's like, so Zoe, I've got something to tell you. Your parents, they fucking hate you. You're the worst. They think you're a miserable bitch and they don't want you back. And she starts crying. He's like, whoa, why are you sad?
I wasn't done yet.
Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot to tell you that we're going to adopt you. So you do still have a home. Is that okay? Is that how
you're supposed to lead into that conversation?
That's how you're supposed to lead into this conversation, right? Yeah. Don't like start with any good. Just immediately tell her how much everybody that she thinks liked her hates her and what a miserable person she is. And there is absolutely zero possible like lead in to her family disliking her like that.
Correct.
The dad is nice to her and even says to the mom, hey, maybe be a little bit nicer. And the mom wasn't that mean. All she was doing was tell her to get ready for school. Like, it was regular parent shit. The most regular parent shit. Why the fuck would they give their kid up? It's just...
So anyway, kid, just sum it all up. Nobody wants you.
Stop crying. Why are you crying?
Except us. But he made a huge pause. Huge pause.
That's some like cult shit when you put it that way too. Of like everybody in your life doesn't like you, but we do. Stay with us. Do our things. dogs. Like, it's like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
God,
it's
it just
so bad.
oh.
So anyway, Zoe goes to school for the second time in this movie, and that keeps going on for another 10 minutes of nothing. She's
She
talking
meets
to
her
this
techie
kid
friend, I guess.
called Maddie, I think. And
Maddie,
then
yes.
Maddie is techie because she has a phone,
Yeah, that's
which is what
kind of the extent of that.
60-year-old movie producers would think kids who are techie have. Not every kid. Every kid doesn't have a phone. Fucking
Yeah.
A.
So anyway, then she's at the flower shop, and then the criminals come back in again, but this time she's alone, so they steal the dog and run out. She immediately
Okay,
freaks
but I
out.
actually like this scene because they come into the shop. She's like, "Oh, you're back. Hey, how's it going? What do you want? Do you want a flower or anything?" We're here for the dog. Get him. It's just like hard cut. Ah, fuck! I don't know how to do this scene. Just get the dog.
So
It's so bad. It's fucking
there's no
awful.
setup. By the way, before this, if you're wondering, because we've already told you that they want to steal this dog because he's a famous show dog. But in the movie, the only things that these criminals have said this whole time has been, because they've shown up 4 or 5 times before this, and every time they're
randomly
like, "Oh man, we got to get that dog for Big Red." We don't know who Big Red is. We don't know why they need the dog. We don't know if there's money involved. We don't know if there's like a specific dog they're trying to steal or if they just want any dog. Like, there's no context to this in the slightest. There's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It just, I don't know. They need a dog. Why do they need a dog? Because they're crime people and we need plot.
Most of the scenes that they're introduced in, they're just in the middle of the desert, surrounded by nothing.
Yes.
Talking to each other, doing nothing
Bro,
important.
tight. Yeah, man. Bro. Yeah, dog. Yeah, bro. Bro, yeah.
Right.
I, man.
But
that's tight.
They steal the dog, which is important. They go back to their hotel, that their motel specifically, that they're staying at, and one guy is calling Big Red. He's like, "We got the dog," and the other guy is just like petting Zoe and disassociating, watching static on a CRT.
God, the static on the TV was really good. Oh my god! And then the one guy, what is he? He like yells at him, kind of thing. He's like, "Yo, man, like I'm busy. I'm watching, man.
I'm watching show, dude. Fuck off."
And
then it cuts back to him also still staring at static.
It's just
like,
static.
God damn it. That happens twice.
They don't.
That happens twice.
It's not played, to make it clear, this is very much not played like he's watching static and it's the joke.
It's like he's watching a show.
They think he's watching a show, but they didn't bother to put a show on, and so they just have a TV on that's just on static, and it just appears in the background sometimes while he's having the conversation about wanting to continue watching his show and how the other guy's bothering him. And it's just, you guys are on the good shit, huh? Like, maybe you should concentrate on that instead of the dog crime.
So after Max gets stolen, because it's Zoe's fault that Max got stolen.
Well, yes.
Instead of going to the police, because Zoe doesn't talk to cops.
I mean, that correct. Yes, good for Zoe.
She goes to her friend Maddie's house, tells her what's going on, and then they come up with a plan to break into the police station at night, steal a bunch of their radios and equipment, and use their computer to use Google Maps to find out where the criminal was.
Was that the police station? I think it was, right? It had to be. Okay.
It had to be.
Because they just break into a weird...
It had a command center.
Command center with all kinds of radios and gear and stuff, and they just...
And like, where would they get the police radios and the tracking bugs and all the other weird
they find
shit that they
tracking
find?
devices to like climb onto their cars and shit. Well, we don't see the tracking devices, to be fair,
it's
because
just
that would have
mentioned,
been a thing. Yeah, they just mention it.
But the
why would you
reason
show
they break
things
in
like that?
specifically is to steal stuff from the cops and use their Google Maps on a laptop. That's it. It's the dumbest thing. It's like somebody who doesn't understand technology trying to write a technical thing.
Yes. And also somebody that doesn't understand kids, cops, or technology trying to write all three of them.
Yes.
And it's just
It's embarrassing is what it is. Oh man. So I guess what happens? Zoe goes like store to store downtown with a picture
Have
of
you
her
seen this dog?
which looks like any other black lab.
Mhm.
And she's like, my dog is
No,
gone.
he's a special show dog black lab. You don't understand, boy.
But she's acting like her dog ran away.
Yes.
Like, I'm gonna go to the stores and ask people if they've seen it. Not
She's
like
putting up lost and found posters.
Yeah, not like crime man stole this dog. Like
No.
it's my dog ran away is the story.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
It works. One guy's like, "Oh yeah, I saw that dog. A bunch of guys came in here and had it. I don't know."
Yeah, they look like
Anyways,
this. They were in
right
this
outside
specific
right
car.
now.
This was their license
Yeah.
plate. They were 5'8" and really, buddy, really.
So they immediately track these criminals down.
Yep.
And
Well,
they're
actually,
doing the
didn't
handoff
even-
to Big Red.
Yeah, but she didn't even need to ask the store guy because when she called Maddie's like, "Oh yeah, I already found them. I just didn't tell you."
Yes.
By the way, I
Yeah.
just was fucking with you. I
God,
wanted
I
you to walk
forgot about.
around.
I did forget about that. She calls Maddie and she's like, "Oh, I somebody in a store just saw them," and Maddie's like, "Yeah, I'm watching them right now, actually."
Yeah,
It's like, wait, what?
Fucking A.
What? Okay. And Maddie's just like, "I didn't want to include you because you seem fucking lame." Which, yes, thank you, Maddie.
You won't
Good-
even
good call.
smoke a single weed.
You could have had the other family and a cool crime friend, but you said no. So I'm not bringing you along on my adventures.
Yeah, but as they're watching the deal go down with Big Red shows up, and then Big Red's like
The
talking to him
deal.
like, "Where's my dog? I got your dog right here. Where's my money? Where's my dog? I said, where's the money? Where's my fucking dog?" Oh yeah, it's like right there in the car, brah.
Yeah,
dude,
bro.
my guy.
Give us the money. Give us that
Yep.
Skrilla.
Give us
you gotta
that
those-
Skrillex
those
album, brah.
symbols.
Yep,
They-
and then Big Red's like looking at them and looking
Their
at the car
slang is-
and looking at them and looking at the car. He's like, "Who the fuck is this kid behind your car? Are you fucking stupid? What are you
Yeah.
doing? There's literally two kids behind your car just watching us,
staring at us,
like not
and-
hiding at all."
No. So it's like,
I'm
gonna
fucking out of
leave.
here. This
He
is
just gets
this is dumb.
yo.
What? So
And
then they
all that
drive off to
happens
make the
from
movie
this-
longer. That's it.
Yes. All that happens is he drives off. This is the exact same thing that happened earlier when it was them walking into the flower store and then being like, "Uh-oh, there's more people here than we realized. Let's leave so we can come back and do the same scene 15 minutes later and extend out the time." Like,
Mhm.
because the same thing happens here. They go, "Oh my god, all right, we better leave." And they all just peel out and run away. And then the kids are like, "Oh no, they got away." And she goes, "That's all right. I put a tracking device on their car." And then we get the exact same scene 20 seconds later so they can just extend it out.
It's too exact, it's so exact to the point that we get another scene of criminals in the motel, another scene of crime man watching Static again.
Yes.
And then another scene of them driving to hand off the deal.
To a
It's like
new deal
literally the
location.
same. 3
Yes.
scenes of the same, even.
Yes. So then they meet Big Red again, and this time the kids crouch behind a bush instead of the car, which is much smarter, and they're not
Much
seen this
better.
time.
Yeah.
Much better. They're now, instead of being 5 feet away from them watching them, they're 15 feet away watching them, and there's no way that criminals can see further than 10 feet, so it's perfect.
And then their houseless friend who was offering her McDonald's shows up again.
Yes, their dapper houseless friend in his, like, brand new hat and suit and dress shoes and, like, tie and everything.
And he's like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" "Oh, just watching some crime." "Oh, cool. Can I help?" Yeah, we're gonna.
I heard you
steal
guys
that
need
car.
somebody old enough to drive the car for this next
Yeah,
scene. Can
they
I
couldn't
drive the car?
they couldn't shoot a scene with the teenagers driving a car
Yep.
again. They already did the
Yep.
one scene, and then they got yelled at with the bully.
This
So
really feels like it had to be that
it had to
these
be a
two
legal
girls were
reason.
too young, right? Like,
Yeah, it
yeah.
had to be for legal reasons. So
'Cause why else is
they
this character around?
they got this guy to get into the car with the dog, and then like take the keys, which the criminals left in their visor. And I'm not talking a key. I'm talking a key ring, a full fucking
Yes.
ring of keys, like a
Uh-huh.
janitor's ring of keys.
As everybody does. Yeah, everyone knows that
And-
you do that.
And he goes through one key at a time, puts them all in the ignition until he finds the right one, and then
Mhm.
drives off so that they can have a car chase. But not with kids driving the vehicle, because that would be dangerous.
I love that Zoe is like, I am never ever doing a crime. I will. Oh my god, you shoplifted $3 of the stuff. Anyways, I'm gonna just immediately after that break and enter.
Yeah, what are
Then I'm gonna
crimes?
break and enter, and then I'm gonna break and enter and steal from a police station, and then I'm going to go on a Grand Theft Auto spree.
She does so much crime.
And really scary, dangerous crime instead of very fun,
But
cool
stealing a
crime.
candy bar.
Can't do
Mm-mm.
that. Oh God, no.
No, that would be against my Christian values.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So they go on a car chase, and again, the audio balancing is so bad in this scene.
Oh, we didn't
you
get
and I
into
could
the
not
audio
hear
in
each
this.
other again. We're just yelling over the mic to try and hear over the movie. I'm at half volume,
Mhm.
and it's way too loud.
This movie alternates between like leaning in really hard to hear somebody talking and it blasting, and a lot of that is because you can tell that they, for many of these scenes, just had a single mic like sitting on a table
Mhm.
somewhere slightly off screen, because you also get that like echo from somebody who's not quite directly talking into a mic and it's just bouncing off of walls, so you get that weird acoustic part of it.
I know they had 3 mics. 3 mics. They had a lav mic, which was good. That was
Which
a
sounds
good
good.
lav
Yep.
mic. They had a mic on a table, which they
Yes.
would use for any scene with more than one character talking.
Mhm.
And it was very often either too far away or at a bad angle or something. Or there's no table donks, thankfully.
No.
But there very well could have been. And their third mic is the mic on a shaky hand camera.
Yes. Their shotgun mic that they put on a shaky hand cam.
And you can tell every time it switches mics. Every time.
Oh, yeah.
You can also tell when they switch cameras.
I was
'cause they
just going to
switch
say,
cameras.
also the cameras, which they have like one very nice camera and a camera crew that knows kind of what they're doing. Although the one thing that they do is, as you said, all right, so let's start this shot out of focus and then gradually bring it into focus, but also have a cool depth of field. So we're just going to have like 3 characters talking, but let's have one of them be very in focus and the other ones not be, because good cameras have good depth of field.
Yeah, every scene starts, this character's out of focus, now it's in focus. This character's in focus, now it's out of focus. The whole fucking thing's out of focus. Those are the 3 scenes in this movie.
And those are also the 3 cameras, because one of the last camera is just a fucking cell phone, I swear
It's like
to
an
God.
iPhone or something, yeah.
And
like,
then they must have a good camera, because there's a few shots in the movie that are like, oh no, this is like the opening shots of the movie. I'm like, well, this is pretty serviceably shot. Like, this looks pretty good. And then 5 minutes later, it was like, oh, why is this? Oh, this looks like somebody, like I said, like on an iPhone holding it, chasing them down. It's all shaky and out of focus and blurry and just grossly pixelated. And then it goes back to like a wide shot of Big Red sitting in the desert leaning against his Mustang with really nice depth of field, like him in focus, and then like the horizon out of focus. And it's like, that's a nice camera. That one's nice.
Half
I
of
don't
the
know
time
the fuck else they
I can't even tell where characters are, because the background is so blurred. I don't even know where they're at or what they're doing, or like it's just character.
They
It
had
looks
one good
weird.
camera, but also only one lens for it, and that lens had like a 2-point f-stop, and they just kept it there.
Yeah, but anyway, the car chase happens. Cops show up and shoot the robbers 5 times in the back as their hands up, giving up.
They're running away, going, bro, 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 bro. All right, dog, go, bro. And the cops just shoot them because I would too.
Yep. Oh, I guess they're arrested or whatever. I don't care.
I don't know.
And you would think the movie's over,
Oh God, I wish.
but
the
it
movie had
isn't.
ended.
There's 10 more minutes of movie after they resolve getting the dog back.
Is it only 10?
I think it's 10. I think it's 10.
Okay.
There's a
Felt a
live
lot
band
longer.
performance that they paid for, so they are goddamn using that footage.
Yeah.
There's we're family now, wrap up. And then there's kid that walks up to her at the end and he's like, "Hey, I heard you did a job.
Yeah.
You
You
carjacked, you broke into the police station."
I heard you're
good at
in the
breaking and
game.
entering.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to help me find my dog? I think he was stolen by someone named Big Red. Like, no, that was just a one-time deal. I'm not good
I'm
at
not
fighting
about
crime.
that life anymore.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, okay. No, but really, I need your help. I'll pay you like $20. Okay."
Whoa, $20. All right, I'm in.
And now
You
she's
son of a bitch, I'm in.
She's in business as Zoey, professional dog finder
Primer, yes.
who does crime to save dogs to the max. That's the whole
Maximum dog
film.
crime.
That's the whole film. I have a lot of problems with this movie, obviously.
No.
But
What?
But
What?
it's so
Nah.
frustrating from a filmmaking perspective. Like, the story's bad. The
Yes.
writing's fucking awful. But
The
from a
acting is
filmmaking,
atrocious.
the acting's bad, the pacing's bad. But like the filmmaking's bad too. There's audio issues.
yeah.
There's like issues with how they shoot things, and some of them
There's
look
issues
good
of
and some of them look
focus.
bad. It's
Like-
it's such an amateur film, and you can tell.
Literally
But-
getting characters in focus is a problem.
Yeah,
That's
man.
bad. That's real bad.
There's editing problems. Like, they'll be in the middle of a scene,
Mm-hmm.
like when they're in the sheriff's office and he's talking
Yes.
to Zoe. Zoe will be explaining things. He's like, "Okay, well, let's explain things, yada yada. How about we go get food and then you tell me more so that we can explain what happened and that you accidentally got in this RV and whatever." And then it'll hard cut to the criminals
Mm-hmm.
just doing something, and then it'll hard cut back to the exact same location they were just at and complete the scene that they were just doing. Like,
Yes.
they'll edit a scene in a scene, but not in a
Yes.
way that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or they'll end a scene and then hard cut to a different character in a different location. You're like when the cop said he's going to take her to go get a meal, and then it hard cuts to windmills in the desert. You're like, what? Where did he
Yeah.
take her? I feel a little bad talking so much about filmmaking because I haven't made a film. I'm a fraud.
Sure.
But I want to make a film. Like, stuff like this makes me think I can make a movie.
I mean, the bar is not high.
It's
as it
very
turns out.
low. Like, I thought the bar was way higher than it is.
It's not that high. It's really not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a filmmaker, but I am a photographer. And man, like, just their composition for the way that they do shots and how they choose, like I said, to have things out of focus. Because a lot of that is style choice. Like, it might be a limit of... I mean, it might be a limit of what lenses they have for the camera, honestly, in some of it, but you'd think you'd get a different lens then. Like, there's gotta be something. You've gotta... It's so bad how out of focus
And
certain characters are in scenes and stuff like
if you
it's-
do it
it's
like once in a
awful.
while, I think it's a stylistic choice. If it's literally every scene to the point where I can actually predict what you're gonna do in this scene when you shoot it,
When you're just constantly saying, all right, so we're gonna get to the next scene. Do you think it'll start out of focus and then go into focus? What do you think?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough, but obviously it's not a good movie, and there's a reason why they bait and switch you.
Yeah, and like you said, they just
Yeah.
drop scenes in the middle of other scenes, just breaking them
And
up in the weirdest ways.
They have long, moody music sequences just to extend it outwards. It's not to give you emotion. I have no emotion in that scene.
Like when in the beginning when she gets into the RV and you have a extended like almost 10-minute montage of her silently sitting in the back of this RV staring at the walls going like, how did it get to this? And it's sad indie rock over it. You don't care. You don't even know this girl. You haven't seen her doing anything. Yeah. You haven't seen like it. There's been so little setup for what her character is. Like you're not sure if she's an orphan or if those were her actual parents that time.
Yeah,
like at that time they haven't even made it clear that she's adopted by these people until
that's later. Another problem. There's a lot of clarity in the plot and just what's happening that they can't really tell correctly. So in order to actually tell you what's happening, they have to literally just tell the audience at some point, like straight up look at the camera, tell.
Well, like Diego, the maybe homeless suited man, we still don't know what he is.
I don't know what he is. Yeah, I have no idea. We didn't know that her parents hated her like adopted parents until they like, by the way, her parents hate her. What?
I guess. By the way, she's been in and out of adoptive agencies. But you get that 45 minutes or an hour into the movie.
Yeah.
Somebody just says that in passing in the background. And you're like, what? Oh, okay, I guess that has she been a problem kid? Did she run away? I don't know. Doesn't say anything.
Was the dog important to the story at all or the crime? None of it.
God,
no. That's the whole dog plot is like the point of the film. That's the driving force of the film. Of the second driving force would be Zoe's family and her adopted family, right? Like, I feel like that's how it should be.
There is no driving force of this movie. Like that's the trick. Is there?
So you're saying the movie has its check engine light on?
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, this is check engine light. So what we did for an hour and a half was drive to Palm Springs staring at the check engine light of this movie and going,
and then looking at static and disassociating
should somebody
afterwards?
Fix this?
Yeah.
Should somebody fix the check engine light of this movie? Is somebody going to do that? Is anybody going to do the check engine light? Hey, Joe, do you notice this check engine light? Can we get Joe to fix this?
Yep. And then after that, we just looked at static and disassociated for an hour.
I'm going to do that after this.
Fuck.
Once I find that really cool kid and I steal some blue gummy sharks and have some weed.
God damn it. Yeah, okay.
Let's have a real day.
Zoey to the max. The dog is named Max. It's a black lab. Max gets so many pets in this movie and kisses and goes for car rides and is a very good dog and a very good boy. And what a good boy. Who's a good boy, Max? You're a good boy, Max. Oh, who's a good boy? And all the characters also do that to Max. And it's great.
The one time that you can tell these actors are having genuine fun or doing anything interesting is every time the dog is on screen, which is very little. But they all just, oh, look at the puppy. Oh, it's a big black lab. Oh, look at him. Come here, buddy. And they have that conversation. They're not acting at all. They're not doing from a script. It's just them meeting the dog, which is fine, actually. Like, that was perfectly well done.
Max!
Yeah, I would rate Max. I keep wanting to call Max Zoey because the movie's called Zoey to the Max, but it's not about Max.
Yeah, if I'm going to rate Max, I'm going to have to rate him to the Zoey.
To the Zoey. I would rate Max a needs more dog montage out of Zoey.
There is no dog for how much montage is in this movie with slow alt rock.
Yeah,
like you said, the Life is Strange soundtrack playing in the background. There is no dog montage at all. They never show this dog at a dog show. I'm so mad about that. I'm really angry that they never bothered to do any of that. The whole central point of the plot, that this dog is good at dog shows, and they don't show 10 seconds of dog show.
Yep.
Fucking movie.
Yep. Anyway, that's our episode, I guess.
That's Rough Cuts.
Thanks for listening. You can check us out on Twitter at Rough Cuts Cast. You can also check out our Patreon. We appreciate it. Anytime you're able to provide anything for us to help create this project that we've been working on for over 3 years now.
Yeah, it means a lot to give a little bit of money to help Boyks out for when he gets scammed paying $2 and still having to watch
I'm still
the
mad
ads,
about that.
which we didn't do this time because we know that Freevee TV does that. You can pay them to remove the ads and they just don't fucking do it.
Freevee TV used to be IMDb TV, but they changed their name, which tricked me because I knew IMDb TV would allow you to pay for an ad-watched, like an ad-filled film. But because they changed their name, I didn't know that, so I did it again with the last. I'm still fucking mad.
The free rental with ads and the paid rental with ads are the same.
Are the same. It's the same.
It's the same. You can just choose to give them money for this pile of shit.
God, pisses me off.
Fuck
that's
you,
the only
Freevee TV.
That's the only
and
benefit.
Thank
of
you
this.
to all of our patrons who pay for us to do
this film didn't cost us money, but it did cost us time, which is almost
like money,
almost worse.
Yeah.
So thank you. You can also email us at roughcutscast@gmail.com. And yeah, we'll be back with more later. Here, I'm gonna disassociate real quick. I'm gonna turn on my okay.
You got no idea what you're doing, do you? Man, what was I thinking? Asking you to do something with the car. Oh, did I really do that? I should have asked you to.
He needs to get rid of that awful voice that he's doing.
I would have taken you less time. Oh,
it's real bad.
Man, forget about it. We got bigger problems.